Kirby live.
Good morning. I'm having a hard time keeping a straight face because my feet feel funny. I've done a lot of running. Some of my friends are all caught up in this rage. Barefoot running is the thing. And there's books about it, and I haven't really looked into it at all. But this morning, the guys from Fleet Feet joined us, and look what I just put on here a minute ago. I replaced my shoes with these things. It's like a glove on your foot with separate toes,
and
but otherwise...
say it feels like it, right?
It kind of does. Otherwise, it feels like you're completely barefoot. People are running in these things.
Okay, here, but I've got it.
Do you
Can you ask them a question for me?
Sure, yeah, what?
Because look at my arch. I've got a really high arch, and so I couldn't imagine... Don't get too close. I don't have lotion on. I can't really imagine wearing those without some type of support here.
That's what I was wondering, too, because I have to wear insoles because my arch collapses.
I'm going to talk to him about it, too, yeah, because I've got orthotics from running as well, and I've got a fairly high arch, and I've had plantar fasciitis. So anyway, we're going to talk about that
with its toes.
This morning, and I'm going to actually, following the news here, I'm going to go out for a run after we talk to the folks from Fleet Feet. A little short run, and we'll see how it goes.
Cheer him on.
All right, Amma Dates, who just very bravely touched my foot, has news for you now. It's a minute after 8 o'clock.
I touched your shoe, Paul.
That's true.
All right, time now is 8:01, and the first story this morning.
And running barefoot? Is it good for your feet?
Look at Paul.
We find out as we try these barefoot running shoes coming up.
As we take a look at the Capitol there. Great day to maybe, go for a run, perhaps?
Perhaps. How about we head outside? Hi, Paul.
And maybe go for a run almost barefoot. Take a look at my foot down here. Isn't that goofy? That's not a shoe exactly, but I'm not barefoot exactly. I'm here with Pat from Fleet Feet and actually my podiatrist, Dr. Kevin Kirby, to talk about this. I'll start with you down there, Pat. I have friends who have read the book and they're just convinced it's all the rage and they've got to run barefoot. What's up with that?
Well, I would say moderation is the key, and it's not for everyone. So people are going to have to figure that out individually, and they're going to have to take it very slow and very easy if they do try it.
Do you have a lot of people coming in to getting the barefoot shoes at Fleet Feet?
We have a ton of people coming in, and they're actually hard to get because they're all sold out right now.
Okay, Dr. Kirby, what's behind this barefoot running movement?
Well, I think there's a desire by people to do something that's kind of more free and easy, less things on their feet, and I think it's a good idea for a few people to try it. I don't think you want to do it full time. We see some injuries from it, but certainly it's something that's worth a try in moderation.
Now I have not read the book, which you guys tell me is a well-written book. What my best running pal has, and he's sitting there talking my ear off saying, you know, back before we had these excellent high-quality shoes with the arch supports and all the padding, people hardly ever had foot problems, and now our feet are, you know, tender and spoiled, and that's why we're having feet problems, and that's why we have to go back to barefoot. Bunk?
Well, I think that's a very difficult thing for someone who wears shoes all the time, to go from being in shoes all the time and suddenly going out and running at 3 times body weight impact forces on bare feet. It's very difficult. So if you're going to try barefoot, maybe find a nice grassy field to try it in and maybe only run for a quarter mile or a half mile to start out and see how you do versus trying to go on and running a 10-mile run on hard asphalt.
Okay, now, Pat, you must be happy to have something to sell with the barefoot movement. I have seen guys running the CIM, the California International Marathon, actually full-on barefoot. That's going on, right?
Absolutely, it's going on. You should see their feet when they're finished.
Yeah,
but there are a few individuals.
Good business for me.
Yeah, there are a few individuals that can get away with it, for sure. And but I don't think it's for the masses.
Okay, and we should, in all seriousness, since we have. And by the way, Dr. Kirby is just a world-renowned sports podiatrist and a good runner yourself. What was your fastest marathon, Doc?
2:28:30.
Hello, and you ran for UC Davis, and you've been a very good runner for many years. What are the legitimate concerns? I mean, I've had plantar fasciitis. You know I wear orthotics that you made. Should I be worried about this?
Well, the barefoot running or the minimalist shoe like you have on now is something that we can do to try to prevent some injuries. However, we're concerned about doing it too much and actually getting new injuries that you wouldn't have had if you had just worn the proper shoe.
Okay, and the warning is always start. You use different muscles and you're using your feet differently. If you're going to start doing this, just run a little bit when you start out, right?
That's right. I think we need to tempers people's enthusiasm. When they read the book, a lot of people say, oh, let's go run 10 miles barefoot, and they come back with a stress fracture, and that's not the way we want them to start. Start out easy, start out slow, mix shoe running with barefoot running and see if you like it and see how you do, and maybe it's okay for you.
And I'm going to give it a brief try here myself in a minute. Give me one bit of advice, Pat. We talk about heel strike versus forefoot strike, and what am I trying to do when I'm barefoot?
Well, you're naturally going to strike midfoot, forefoot, because you're not going to want the heel impact.
Yeah.
It's not going to feel comfortable. So short, quick turnover, it'll be very natural. I think this type of minimalist running promotes a quick turnover and a light foot strike.
Okay, well, here's the deal. I'm going to give it a little try here, maybe just long enough to do a weather forecast, and I'll come back and I'll give you a report, all right?
All right.
Doctor, Pat from Fleet Feet, thank you very much. Rosemary, if you've got some weather in you, I'm going to set this stuff down and unplug. Give me just a second, and I am out of here.
All right, get moving. It's a great day to be out there actually running. Bring along the sunblock. We will give you first the information to Fleet Feet, 2311 J Street, Midtown, fleetfeetsacramento.com. Now let's take a look at what's happening, guys.
And you know what? Because it's so sunny and Paul's out running and such.
What you got, Alma?
Did she just say wrap?
I don't know.
Oh, but he's back. So I was going to show you some great products to protect your skin, but we're going to go to Paul. Paul, you hooked up?
I promise I'll make time for skincare products in the last hour. I promise, because I want to know. But yeah, I'm back from running. Whew. I really did give it my best shot. If you're just joining us in the goofy barefoot shoes, what's the official name of these shoes, Pat?
Vibram FiveFingers.
And is this really the primary manufacturer of the five-fingered barefoot running shoe?
Yeah, it's the only.
Okay, well, yeah, they're the winners then. So I just took a run. I am not the world's greatest runner. I've run about 15 marathons. I have paid attention to running form because form matters. Nobody teaches you how to run when you're a kid, and form makes a huge difference in how fast you are. And my observation is right away,
yes, Paul, I can't breathe.
You automatically change your form when you've got these things on your feet. As you said, nobody's landing on their heel strike. Look down here. A lot of people, when they're running, they hit on their heel first. We call that a heel strike, and then roll forward. When you're wearing these things, you don't land on your heel. You land midfoot or forefoot, and that's a more efficient and faster way to run, is it not, Doctor?
Well, not for everyone. Now, some of the world's best marathoners are rear foot strikers, so there's not any evidence that certainly running on the forefoot is better or running the heel is better. The two studies that actually looked at runners show that 80% of runners choose to hit on their heel first versus 20% hit on their midfoot first.
Really?
So that's correct. So there's no real evidence that says the forefoot striking is better or faster. Some people choose to do it, and other people choose to run on the rear foot, and so I don't think it's as big a deal as we make it out to be.
Where were you when I was working so hard to change the way I was running? Because it's hard to change the way you run. It does make you very conscious of your form, though, when you're doing that, does it not, Pat?
Absolutely. One thing we try to teach is a little forward lean from the ankles and don't overstride, a shorter, quicker stride. And I think that sort of comes naturally when you're barefoot or in a real minimal shoe like you're wearing.
Okay. See, I felt like I was pushing off more without even really, you don't have to think about it to do that. So, Doctor, are you giving the official thumbs up or thumbs down, or everybody's different and see if they work for you?
Well, yeah, we all have to be individualized. We can't say that there's one best shoe for all people. The Vibram FiveFinger shoe is something that if people are interested, they should try. We see some people are getting injured in it, though.
Okay, all right. And Pat, yes.
That's actually a good question. If somebody wants to try them without buying them, is there someplace they can do this?
Pat, they're asking me back there, is there any way to try these things without buying them, or once I've stuck my feet in there, they're mine forever?
Actually, if you can get them, you can try them, but they're really tough to get. I think we're down to about 4 pair out of 80.
What's the cost on these?
85 to 95 is the range.
Okay, there we go. And my last question: you see a lot of people coming into the store. Your Fleet Feet downtown, right?
Correct.
J Street, great store. I bought a lot of shoes there. You see a lot of people coming in shorts. You seen any legs this white in a while?
Yeah, unfortunately we have.
Thank you guys for coming out. And really, it's just the rage in running. I was thrilled to be able to try this morning. Back to you guys. Maybe I'll go around the building a few more times.
All right.
Yeah, we want to see you run. So go run off, Paul. We're watching you.
Bye-bye, lady.
Oh, yeah. He looks like a runner.
Yeah. Doesn't look like us. All right. Well,